Hi everyone. Today I am just doing some sketches in my regular sketchbook and trying out some lines and angles and just doing some really rough structure work. Materials I will list in the description, but I'll go over them real quick here. I just have a Royal and LANGNICKEL firm charcoal pencil. This particular pencil has a lot of binder in it and doesn't crumble easily and sharpens really, really well. Although on this paper, I press really hard and can't keep a sharp point anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm using for the drawing. And I have a couple of blending stumps, 2 size stick erasers, sharpener of course, and I'm also using a DRAFTSMAN mini duster as my brush that you'll see me wiping away the eraser crumbs with. That particular item, I have not checked to see if it's still something you can buy. I'm sure they have other versions of it, but I've had it for over 20 years, and I think the person I got it from had it for like 10 years or something, so it's quite old. I think it may even be made out of real horsehair, so don't come for me. But it is wonderful for swiping away debris from your drawing while you're working without smearing it. And that is a real benefit when it comes to charcoal, graphite, pastel. And I've tried to just kind of ignore it and keep drawing and just let the crumbs be until the end of the drawing or painting or whatever. But if one of those little crumbs gets under your pencil lead or charcoal pastel pencil lead while you're drawing, it just, not only is it a sensory cringe, but it can really interrupt your line work. So it is quick, it is swift, and it's broad, so it covers a lot of space at one time, a lot more than those smaller brushes that sometimes come on the end of an eraser pencils. But yeah, I highly recommend a DRAFTSMAN duster if you guys do a lot of this type of work and erase a lot. Yeah, the lines and angles are just something I kind of get in the mood for sometimes, and I do like to see that style of art in a lot of illustrative work or comic book style or anime style. It just really appeals to me for some reason. It makes it easy to find your way also around your drawing structure when you are figuring out a form. It can help you plan your tilt and slope of the features and things like that, and help line things up a lot better. So I do have a couple of videos where I talk about guidelines that are very minimal, and they're just lines, just literal straight lines that you kind of build out from in like from almost like a rectangle after you put the lines down. And but you can kind of go any direction once you've laid that in place and figure out, you know, how long or short you want your face to be. It's more or less for figuring out sizes, I would say, and distances and proportion where they land. But this is more not only a vibe, but it's very helpful in keeping things lined up, and it can lend itself to a certain style result. So also, of course, we're practicing hair again. And charcoal gets really dark, so it's matte, doesn't have any shine, and I just really prefer it to regular pencils, even though I guess it can be messy. But if you've got a really firm black charcoal pencil or black pastel pencil, you can, you know, get around that dusty, messy thing. So I also felt that my two guideline structure or triple guideline structure for the side profile was a little bit lacking. And although it works, sometimes it can give the face a bit of a flat look. So I was also exploring the possibilities of that working out a little bit better for the side profile. So yeah, that's really all that we're doing here. And I didn't know if that would be helpful to explain based on my former videos about guidelines and structure, because you can always progress from there, build on that. I'm always trying to simplify things in a way that makes sense not only to myself, but if it's helpful to others. And yeah, if you guys already do something like this, or can recommend a method that isn't, the typical what everybody's already doing, like Loomis or Riley, yeah, drop it in the comments. Let me know how you guys like to do structure and figure out, not only from photo references, but maybe from imagination, how you would plan out, or what's your favorite structure technique for creating profiles and portraits in general. And yeah, with that, I don't really have a whole lot more to say regarding what's going on in this video. But if you guys like it, you know the drill. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, or if you feel like this is the type of content you'd like to continue seeing. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.